What can I say about you personally or your actual sexual behavior by the sexual fantasies you have? Absolutely nothing. Why? Because sexual fantasy is a completely controlled environment in which you control who's there, what they're doing, how they feel about it, how you're responding to it. You can stop having the fantasy at any moment, and there's no lingering effects in the real world or consequences in the real world. Well, I'm glad you brought that up. The directionality of that correlation can be problematic because it's the same problem we have with criminal profiling, and that data comes from people who are known to have engaged in the behavior and been caught, not from everyone who has the fantasy. Violent, antisocial, in general taboo fantasies are extremely common. In fact, they're thought to be a normal way for the brain to process emotion and vent in a safe scenario without engaging in the behavior. It's only when those fantasies start to dominate and escalate that then they are at risk. But having the fantasy itself is no indicator that you're at greater risk of engaging in the behavior. Video games get a bad rap. Anytime a school shooter is known to have played a violent video game beforehand, oh, the game must cause it. Well, if we look at the population of video game players, and we have done this, we find for most of them the game serves as a healthy venting without playing it out in real life.
Often our fantasies involve things that are taboo, things that are forbidden, things that we feel that we can't express in everyday life, and the simple fact that it's taboo and forbidden is what makes it exciting and titillating. That doesn't mean you actually want it in your everyday life. Nobody thinks that if you have a fantasy about rape, that you want to be raped, or you're someone who's oriented toward fantasies come from a variety of different places. Some memory of something, some book that you read becomes this kind of mishmash in your mind. But there's a lot of variability in some of the fantasies. They don't tell you anything reliable about you. If you have fantasies that disturb you or scare you and wonder what they mean, they don't mean a lot. So don't worry so much about it.
Our next question this week comes from a female, and here's what she wrote in. I was sexually abused by my father for several years as a child, and I was raped when I was 15. Now I can't climax unless I'm fantasizing about being raped or we're role-playing it. I'm nervous to talk to those that I care about, such as my current boyfriend or my therapist, because I feel like it makes me a sick person. What are your thoughts specifically? Can you talk about the confusion that comes from this? I did not enjoy these experiences, so why am I fantasizing about being forced now? Thank you so much for reaching out and sending this question in. There's so many people that have been abused as kids, as well as teenagers and young adults, and have been violated in different ways. You're not the only one, and most importantly, you're not a sick person. I want to encourage you not to feel that way. You haven't done anything to make yourself be a sick person. This idea of role-playing that you're doing with your boyfriend, you're doing it in a trustworthy situation. Rape and violence is about having, especially when it comes to fantasies, about having absolutely no control of what's happening to you. And when you role-play this with your boyfriend, you're giving up that control and giving up that power and giving it to him. And that helps you enjoy and have pleasure from it.